Atlanta just hosted a race that felt less like a competition and more like a demolition derby with a trophy at the end. 4 red flags, 13 cautions, double overtime. And when the smoke finally cleared, one driver was still standing, dragging a wounded car across the line with sparks flying behind him. This wasn't a win, this was survival. Justin Allgaier is your winner at Atlanta, and it's win number 6 of the season for him, win number 34 of his career. He started the final restart 5th in double overtime, and still found a way to the front. JRM Motorsports went 1-2 with Carson Kvapil snatching second at the stripe. Parker Retzlaff, William Sawalich, and Anthony Alfredo rounded out the top 5. But the headline isn't who won, it's what it took to get there. A race that ran well over 3 hours and chewed up nearly every contender who touched the lead. This race turned into chaos almost immediately. Burton didn't even take the green flag. Fluid on the track from Joey Gase stopped the race before it really started. Austin Hill, the favorite everyone circled on their card, was already fighting a sticking throttle before lap 1 was even complete. That's the story of this entire afternoon. Every time a driver looked like he had control, the race found a way to rip it back out of his hands. JR Motorsports, though, kept finding the front. Kvapil took stage 1. Allgaier stole stage 2 in a photo finish, and by the final stage, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was working the radio like a chess grandmaster, coaching 4 JRM cars running 1, 2, 3, 4 with laps winding down. For a young driver development program, that kind of dominance under this much pressure is exactly the statement JR men wanted to make heading into the postseason picture. Here's what actually separates Allgaier's win from a lucky finish. He didn't lead most of the laps. He led the right lap. Watch what happened at the front over that final stretch. Austin Hill was arguably the fastest car late. He cut through traffic, made a daring 3-wide move for the lead, and looked like the class of the field. But speed without patience is a liability in a race with this many restarts. Hill got squeezed by Allgaier, retaliated, got loose off contact from Nick Sanchez, and triggered a crash that collected 3 of his own JRM rivals along with him. That's the real strategic lesson here. Aggression wins stages. Restraint wins races that have this many red flags. Allgaier's approach was almost the opposite of Hill's. He wasn't chasing every position on every restart. He let the leaders take the risks, take the contact, and take themselves out. By the time the white flag flew, Brennan Poole was the one leading, searching for his first career win, and he crashed with Sanchez seconds later. Is that smart racing, or is that just fortunate timing? Honestly, it's both. In a race this unstable, survival becomes a skill. Allgaier played the long game in a race that punished anyone who didn't. The bigger risk question going forward, JRM now has multiple cars capable of winning on any given week. That's a luxury until it isn't. When your own teammates are the ones battling for the same real estate on late restarts, internal conflict becomes as dangerous as the field around you. Expect a split reaction here. Die-hard NASCAR fans are going to call this one of the most entertaining O'Reilly races of the year. 4 red flags and double overtime is appointment viewing, plain and simple. But there's frustration brewing too. A 3-hour-plus race isn't just chaotic, it's exhausting for casual viewers, and analysts will be asking hard questions about whether this many stoppages is good for the sport's pacing. Then there's the emotional gut-punch storyline. Brennan Poole leading at the white flag, searching for a signature win, crashing out in the final seconds. That's the kind of heartbreak that generates real sympathy and real debate about whether Sanchez's contact was a racing incident or overly aggressive. Best case, Allgaier's win becomes a launching pad. JRM's stranglehold on the field continues. They lock up playoff positioning with room to spare, and Earnhardt Jr.'s program becomes the story of the season heading into the title run. Worst case, this race exposes a real problem. If JRM cars keep colliding with each other in these late race scrambles, one bad break could cost them a driver's entire championship hopes, turning a dominant season into a cautionary tale about too many good cars racing for one trophy. So here's the question. Was Austin Hill's final move the right call, or did his aggression cost him a win he already had in hand? Drop your take in the comments. Tell me if you had Allgaier winning this one before the white flag, because I certainly didn't. If breakdowns like this are your speed, make sure you're subscribed, because NASCAR's postseason picture just got a lot more interesting.